Hi there, I'm Jen and I help women find more time for themselves in order to be better mothers, sisters, daughters, friends and partners. I'm also the host of a free Facebook group called Strong Women with Jen. It's a group for women to support each other and lift each other up to be the best that we can be. And I've left the link to the group in the post attached to this video if you'd like to join right away. And I also wanted to draw your attention to a free guide I created, Feel Fantastic in 3 Simple Steps. I've also left the link to that in the post attached to this video. So why not do both now? Join the group and download the guide, because you're going to have a few ticks to do that, because I'm just going to share this post into my group. Just take me a couple of moments to do this. And it would be faster if my internet was faster. Here we go. Sorry folks, be with you in a second. Okay, that's all done. Right. Now I've lost my notes. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about the 10 most important minutes of your life. And a way to refer to them could be soul time. So it could be soul time, me time, quiet time, but I'm going to argue that they are the 10 most important minutes of your life. So before we get into it, how many of you can relate to this scenario? As soon as you wake up in the morning, your brain starts ticking off your to-do list, and sometimes that doesn't stop all the way through the day until you go to bed that night. And sometimes this causes you to forget to eat even. I know I've done that a few times in recent history. So if you can relate to that, then please, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it in the replay, please make a comment, that's me, or hell yeah, or something to let me know that I'm on the right track and you can relate to this scenario. So I'm sure that if that has happened to you, I don't need to tell you that A, it is not healthy to live life that way, and B, it is definitely not sustainable to live life that way. So why does this happen? Because I'm sure, well, in this day and age, I think we can all relate to that scenario, because we live in a society that almost being busy is almost a status symbol, but that's a whole nother topic, which I'm going to tackle one day. So why does it happen? We fill our brains with thoughts such as, I'm too busy, we've got a to-do list that seems to be endless, we've already decided that we don't have enough time to look after ourselves or spend on ourselves. And guess what? If we've decided that we don't have enough time, then we definitely won't have enough time. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The other thing that you might be doing is basically putting everyone else's needs before your own. I think that's quite a common thing for women to do. And another thing could be that you're just not prioritizing quiet time, me time, soul time. Now, I think the really important thing to note about this is quite often the reason we're not prioritizing ourselves and quiet time or soul time just for us is because we've devoted our lives to looking after those around us. The unfortunate thing is, though, it's a bit of a catch-22, because the absolute best way that you can be there for people around you and look after your loved ones and the people that are important to you is to actually put yourself first. And I call it filling your own cup. And the way this concept works is, if you think about a cup, if your cup is only half full, there's nothing spare to give to other people. But if your cup is full to the point of overflowing, then there's all this surplus and all this extra energy, love, whatever you want to call it, that's overflowing, and that is you're better able to freely give to other people. So that's why I'm always kind of harping on about filling our own cup first and looking after ourselves first, because that is the way to really set ourselves up to be successful in looking after others. And I think the point when we realize this, it's a bit of a light bulb moment. And when you have that light bulb moment, I think that's the time to really start making soul time, or time for you, your absolute highest priority. And I think what you'll also realize along the way is that we can't afford not to prioritize ourselves and time for us. And if you think, kind of extrapolate that out, if you keep busy with no downtime and no time for yourself, eventually you are going to burn out. And I'm speaking from experience here. I'm someone who, if you haven't heard me talk about in recent times, about 3 years ago, I suffered an adrenal crisis. So basically went into adrenal fatigue. And it was basically from pushing, too much stress. And so I can definitely relate to people who are busy. But I've also learned the importance of quiet time and soul time, as we're calling it. So if you are listening to this and thinking, yeah, that's me, I really could do with prioritizing myself a bit more, then the next obstacle I can hear you thinking is, how on earth can I fit 10 minutes of soul time into my already crazy busy schedule? So firstly, I'm going to give you some tips, but firstly, I'm going to invite you to think about this basically from a brain perspective. You can find time for what you believe is essential. So the key here is to try to adjust your perspective to the point where this sort of stuff is basically the stuff that goes into your schedule first, and then you schedule other activities around the most important me time. But until you get to that point, because obviously that takes a bit of rejigging our thought processes and our priorities. So until you get to the point where you realize, right, this has to go into my schedule first and everything else can fit around it, try these ideas for how to incorporate 10 minutes of soul time every day. First of all, you could get up 10 minutes earlier, maybe stay back at work 10 minutes longer after everybody else has gone home and do your quiet time then. Could take 10 minutes out of your lunch break. This is a great idea, particularly if you have your lunch break maybe out in the park somewhere. That could be the ideal time to take 10 minutes out of that lunch break to sit there quietly and have some soul time. And the last idea is find a quiet place on your way home from work where you can stop and just take time out. So I've got a bit of a challenge for the coming week for you if you want to participate. So if you think that this is important and you want to give it a go, then first step is to decide when each day you're going to take this 10 minutes. Now you might have a particular time, you might have two different schedules, a workday schedule and a weekend schedule. So it could be on my work days, I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my lunch break, or I'm going to stop for 10 minutes on my way home. And then on the weekends, it could be different. It could be 10 minutes with your morning coffee. But I suggest that you stop, think about it, and actually write it down and commit to doing it. And commit to doing it every day for the next week to see how you go. Now, if you need any motivation or support to get this done, stick to it, to find the time in the first place, then we'll continue this discussion in the private Facebook group that I mentioned before, Strong Women. The link is in the post. And I would absolutely love to hear how you went with this activity. So please share your experiences in the group. How difficult was it? How did you feel? If you managed to do it every day for 7 days, what things did you notice start to shift? And last message is just enjoy your soul time. It is really, really important. And I think once you start making it a bit of a habit, you will start to really cherish that time and see so many benefits in all different aspects of your life. So that's pretty much it for me on this quite terrible weather Monday night. So don't forget to download your free copy of Feel Fantastic in 3 Steps, and I'll see you in the group, or I'll see you next week right here, same time, same place. Have a great week, everyone. This is Jen signing off. Bye.